I want to summarize this into 1 or 2 sentences, right? This is my prompt. I give this, and this is what it gives me. However, isn't it feeling as same? Now, if I say, please shorten this further. For example, I don't want this much. I want short and crisp. It still gives me this. Again, I say, please be concise. Now it gives me prompt engineering uses precise prompts to guide language models, improving performance, control, and overcoming limitations in generating responses. However, the first one, when I asked, please shorten this further, it said crafting precise instructions called prompts to guide language models and shape their output. It enhances model performance, offers better control over generated responses, and addresses limitations of open-ended language generation. If you compare this output with this output, some information is lost. Some information is retained while making it concise. So you have to see what responses you are getting based on your prompts and give them a feedback what you want to do. So these are some examples of prompts. This is the first time you're looking at prompts in this course. So we try to cover from basic content generation, basic query-based prompts, to traveling itinerary without any information, to text summarization where you're given an example and asking to summarize and giving ChatGPT a feedback on it, right? So this is your first prompt. Now let's see different components and further analyze what is a good prompt. Now let's look at few examples so that we can analyze what are good prompts and the checklist that we have seen, the persona patterns we have seen, the components that we have seen, how to integrate that while designing your prompts. Now let's see how we have designed this prompt and what all components we have included. In content generation, where we have written, provide a comprehensive overview of text summarization, which is our main topic or concept that we want to understand, empowering learners to grasp its significance and potential applications across diverse domains. So basically, with this line, we are telling that we want our learners to grasp what is text summarization for different domains. It can be for manufacturing domain, it can be healthcare. But what is text summarization? We want our learners to understand that. Now we have given some guidelines also here. You need to follow below guidelines while answering. We are telling ChatGPT, provide an insight into text summarization, a tool for condensing lengthy text into shorter and more manageable versions. Second, we say explore various techniques like extraction, abstraction used to achieve this and provide clarity on how it works. Third, we are saying provide relevant examples of different domains and use cases where this text summarization can be applied. Fourth is explain text summarization, how it is evolving and innovating with advancement in AI and machine learning, offering customized solutions for diverse needs. We are also giving extra instructions also that while providing insights, the learners are from different domains and have just the preliminary knowledge of text summarization. Cover the basics. So for that, you cover the basics of text summarization techniques, highlight key concepts without diving into overly technical details. What not to do, we have also specified. This approach will cater to our audience's level with familiarity of the topic. We can tell the level also here, but let's see how it responds. Give explanation in clear, straightforward American English. We are telling the scope also, we are telling the communication style also. Ensuring the accessibility and understanding, maintain a clear and straightforward tone. Ensuring accessibility and ease of understanding for all learners. Now let's give this prompt to ChatGPT and see how it responds. So, it gives text summarization is a powerful tool used to condense lengthy text into shorter, more manageable versions. It's basically taken what we have provided and given as a definition, making it easier for readers to grasp main points without going through entire document. Now, this is now breaking our key aspects into better understanding. Insights into text summarization, where it tells that it can be thought of a process similar to what humans naturally do when they summarize an article, a book, or a conversation. The goal is to extract the most important information and present in a concise form. That's okay. That is the insight that it is giving. Now, we also highlighted that please ensure that you are using extraction and abstraction also to explain text summarization. And along with that, use examples and use cases also, where it is highlighting what are the applications in various domains, in news aggregation, academic research, legal documents, that is your law, in branding, social media, in customer feedback analysis, which different companies uses. Then it is giving the evolution and advancements with time, what it has done. Customized summaries, multimodal summarization, real-time summarization, evaluation matrix, various things that has evolved in text summarization. Now, if you want more insights on text summarization, where you want different techniques for it to explain different techniques, you need to tell, please explain furthermore or elaborate furthermore on techniques used, on extraction or abstraction, or give me more examples, not application, examples. So if you see here, it has given use cases, the applications across. It has not given examples. So you can say, this is my feedback to you that the explanation that you have generated is missing example. I am not able to correlate what is given here, what you have generated here, right? So you can tell the examples are missing. You can also tell that evolution and advancements does not tell me when it started, does not tell me a history. Evolution means history. It is not telling me that. So all these are your feedbacks so that you can have a output, you can have a response, a final response that gives you what is text summarization, what is the significance of text summarization, what are different techniques of text summarization, what are the different examples of text summarization, what are the applications, how it evolved, when it started, what are the different things, what are the different advancements in using AI now. So you can definitely work furthermore. Now, this was ChatGPT 3.5. Let's now see in ChatGPT 4. We create a new chat and give the same prompt to ChatGPT 4 also and see how it responds. What is the difference between 4 and 3? We have given the same prompt, not changed a single line here. So it has generated an output where it generates a content on text summarization. And if you note the first line, it has not taken the same thing that we have given as prompt. It has written and explained in its different words or different explanation what is text summarization, which is a powerful tool in the field of natural language processing designed to condense long pieces of text into shorter, concise summaries. Now, it tells you the techniques of text summarization, which is abstraction and extraction, with tools and various examples of it, various applications of it. Now, it tells you applications across various domains as well, which is closely the same as 3.5. Again, this is also missing your examples. It has not given you any example. In evolution, if you see, it has given how it has evolved. You can also give a feedback to ChatGPT 4 that I want a timeline evolution for text summarization. And it has briefly explained some advancement. Again, as compared to 3.5, that is missing, which you can give as a feedback and it can improve upon. So this is what content generation example was in both ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. Now, let's see a different example, that is text summarization. We learned about text summarization. Now you have fairly a good idea what is text summarization. You give what you want to understand and it summarizes and gives you output, summaries basically of what you provide. Now, let's provide ChatGPT an article and ask it to summarize it. So we have the text summarization example here, where we are given an article on Indian Express based on Tesla policy, and we have asked that use Pinto pyramid principle. And we have given the link also to that to structure your communication from top down, ensuring swift and clear message delivery. Start with the conclusion, follow with key arguments, and then support with detailed information. Give only relevant information that is appropriate to understand business outcomes only. Use clear and straightforward language for better understanding. So, we have given a context and instruction. We have not given an example here, but we have given clear instruction, and we have given restrictions also. We have given a style also, that be straightforward, right? You can further give that, okay, make your word limit to this much only. Okay, so let's first see what it generates. So, in Pinto pyramid principle, we write a conclusion first. Then we write key argument, why we have concluded. So basically, if you are having a conversation and you want to conclude that conversation, you will write that conclusion first. Then you will write your key arguments. Okay, this is why I'm telling. And then you write the detailed information that is related. So basically, we want, because we are asking for business, right? Business needs conclusion first. So we have concluded this first, that India's decision to lower import taxes on EV could potentially pave the way for Tesla, led by Elon Musk, to enter Indian market. Now, key arguments are lowering import taxes, Tesla entry into Indian market, boost for India's EV industry. Then we have detailed inputs from that report only that are mentioned here, right? So this is a text summarization in a structured way. Text summarization can also be, if you go back in the first prompt that you have written, where we had 4-5 lines and it summarized for us. That is also text summarization. This is a structured text summarization where you do not need to go through this whole article of Indian Express, and it gave you a conclusion, it gave you key arguments, what it presented in the article, right? So this is an example for text summarization. Now let's do an example on code generation, which mostly from people from tech domain or data domain will use ChatGPT for, right? So the prompt has a Python recursion code for calculating factorial, where we are defining a method to calculate factorial if n is equals to 1, equal to 1, return n, else return n into calculate factorial. We are doing recursively, right? Now, the same calculating factorial we have done with non-tail recursive function, right? We are giving an example on that as well. Now, what we want is to write a program with recursive function to check if a string is palindrome in Python or not, right? Where we have given 2 examples of recursion on factorial, and now we are asking ChatGPT to generate code for palindrome. Now, this has given that, okay, with comments that this is the base case. If the length of the string is 0 or 1, it's a palindrome. Compare the first and last characters of the string, false, okay? Return false if it is not equal. Recursive call, check if the substring excluding the first and last characters, right? So this becomes your output. Now, this function works by recursively checking if the first and last characters of the strings are same, okay? You can also, in your prompt, say, please explain line by line as well, if you want further elaborated explanation as well, though it has given comments, right? You can further ask, give me further more explanation for this. Now, let's see the same thing in ChatGPT 4. In ChatGPT 4, it actually has explained what is this function, what it does, where len is equals to 0, a single character, what it will do. Both cases will be true. It returns true. Okay. What is the recursive case? First checks if the first and last characters of the string are same. Calls is palindrome. It is telling each and everything that the function is doing. This is equivalent. However, this is a little bit optimized version of 3.5. Now you can see a difference between how or what 3.5 generates code for a specific problem statement and how 4 generates. So basically 4 is more optimized for code generation rather than 3.5. In 3.5 you can iteratively ask, please optimize this, right? In 4 you can do once or twice and then actually it will give you an optimized version for the same. And you can write furthermore to refine your prompt. You can write, please give me the complexity, time complexity, storage complexity for the same, space complexity for the same, right? So these are the examples for a good prompt where you are giving a context, where you're giving an instruction, where you are giving restrictions, where you are following items from your checklist, where you are following a pattern to provide a pattern to your ChatGPT as well. So these are some of the examples that you can refine more, you can experiment more with. Advanced prompt strategies. These are different prompts or different types of prompts that exists. We are taking only 3 types: zero shot, few shot, chain of thought process. That's it. There are several different more strategies that exists, like self-consistency, tree of thought, respond, rephrase, etc. You can go and dive deeper into the same. Let's now see what is zero shot. Zero shot is directly instructing your model, that is ChatGPT, to perform a task without any additional examples. For example, I just say, classify my feedback into neutral, positive, and negative. And I give a line. That is the input. And it outputs the sentiment. That's it. This is my zero shot. Few shot is teaching with examples that we saw previously, where we gave 2 examples, and third is our input, where we are indicating how we want the output, and it gives the output for the same. So that is few shot. Zero shot is without any example. Any prompt without any example, where you are only telling the instruction. That's it. No context. Few shot is giving examples for ChatGPT to learn and produce your response. Now, chain of thought. Chain of thought is designed for logical tasks. Anything logical, it is the best prompt strategy to follow. You give in chain of thought an example how to do a process. For example, you are adding. You are given an example, 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Then you say 15 plus 4 is equals to 19. Then you give an input. Okay, I want 3,150 plus 10,500. What will be my answer? You are telling how to do the process. And then you are asking in your input, what will be the output? This is very basic. There are complex problems. For example, blood relations. X is related to Y. So what will be the relation for Z with X? So all these logical questions, all these logical and complex bits is for chain of thought. Now let's see examples of these 3 prompt strategies on ChatGPT so that you understand it better how to work with these on actual playground. Let's now see few examples on these advanced prompt strategies: zero shot, few shot, and chain of thought. Now, zero shot is giving no examples, just giving the instruction, just giving what it needs to do. So we'll take a simple example, very generalized example, where we are generating a passage in the style of William Shakespeare. Okay, we are giving this prompt. Based on what ChatGPT would have been trained on, it has given a passage of William Shakespeare. But from where it is from? You can ask, from where this passage is from.